Hello, welcome to Moore Park City Library. My name is Carol, and today we are making a dream catcher. The meaning of the dream catcher and the belief surrounding the construction originates from the Native Americans. Now, the dream catcher is a protective talisman that is used to protect people from evil influences, bad dreams, and nightmares. The dream catcher acts like a spider web in the center, trapping the bad dreams and then filtering the nice dreams down to the sleeper. A modern dream catcher comes in various forms. It can be a common craft item like this, a jewelry item, or a decorative item on like a picture on a plate or a cup. An authentic dream catcher is generally, maybe this size and made of natural materials. We are doing a craft, so we are using yarn and a metal ring. So our representation of our dream catcher is for crafting purposes only. In your kit, you are going to find detailed instructions, and you will find a nice metal ring. You will have opal eyelash yarn, which I really, really love, and you will have some sparkling white yarn. And this is peacock blue yarn. You may need some scissors. Actually, you will need scissors. And you may need a measuring tool. So let's get started. And we are going to start wrapping our ring. So you'll need your 3-inch ring and your peacock yarn. The first thing you're going to want to do is secure your yarn to your ring. And you're going to be using a double knot to do that. And you want to leave a little extra room because we will be tying it off at the end, so that, and you want to have enough room so that you can do that tying mode. And we're going to tie a double knot, just like that. And we're going to start wrapping the ring. And at first, it's not going to look like you're wrapping it, but trust me, you will be. You're going to just take your yarn, you're going to push it through and wrap it around. And I'm going to just kind of put it down a little bit like this. And you're just going to push it through the middle and back around. And you're going to take your finger, your index finger, and just kind of hold what you wrapped in place, because it's going to slide just a little bit while you're wrapping. So you're going to wrap in and out. In and out and over. You want to just keep going in and out and over. And it's going to start looking like this. So we're going to wrap a little bit more. And I will show you another piece where you could see how it takes shape. But again, you want to go through the hoop and back around. And you could do it either on the table. I like it down on the table, but you can do it in the air like this, which might be a little awkward. Again, you're just holding it in place until you get around, so you can see how it's forming right there. And once we get around, you're going to have a nice little structure like this. And you can see that it's wrapped around nicely. And again, you're just holding it in place with your one finger, and you're going to pull it through and keep wrapping until your pieces connect at both ends. And again, this is going to take a few minutes as you go. And this is probably the most time-consuming part of this, is wrapping your ring. And you can take your time. And again, you just want to hold your index finger in place where you just wrapped it around, because it helps secure it while you're twisting and turning around. And we're almost to the end. And I'll show you how to tie it together shortly. And again, you could just keep tugging and tightening as you go, wrapping it around, tugging and tightening. And it looks like we are almost at the tying off point. There we go. And again, we left a nice long piece at the beginning, and we're going to go ahead and cut this one about the same length, because it just gives us a little extra room to make our double knot at the end. So we are going to make a double knot to secure it together. And there we go. And then we're going to trim off the extra in just a minute. Actually, I'm doing a little bit of a little triple knot, but that's okay. I like the added security of it. That's what it looks like right now after you tie it off. And then you can just trim the excess off. And now it looks like this. Now we're going to want to add our web. So you're going to use your sparkling white yarn, and you're going to start by tying the yarn just like you did the blue yarn. You're going to tie it in a double knot with just a little extra so that it's easy to tie off at the end. We're tying it in a double knot. Just like that. And then we are going to make the web, and the web can be any way you like it. We're just taking the yarn and wrapping it around so that we can just make a web shape of any type. It doesn't matter, it's up to you how you would like it. And again, if you need to or want to, you can redo it until you're satisfied with it. And you just want to wrap it around so it's secure. You're going to tug on it so it's a little tight as you go. And again, it can loosen up, and all you have to do is tug on it to make it stronger and tighter. And again, it's something that you may want to try a couple of times to get a look that you might want. And you're just wrapping it and tugging it and pulling it. And you want to reach back up to the top where the other strand is. And we're cutting this strand at about the same length as the other one, so that we can tie them together. Mine is looking like that. And I'm going to tie the ends together so that in a double knot. We like our little double knots for extra security. And again, you can trim off the excess so that we have our nice little web. Next, you're going to make a little holder that you can just put it anywhere you prefer to have it holding up. It's your option. We are making the holder out of the blue yarn. You can just kind of eyeball it. You just want to make sure you have enough room to tie off in a little knot. And again, we're using a double knot to tie off our end pieces. And then just tug it together. I just trim off, again, the end pieces that we don't want hanging off. there's your nice little hook that you're going to be hanging your dream catcher up with. Next, we are going to add our nice little streamers at the bottom. And that's going to take a little bit of a little looping. There's a couple ways you can look at this. It's on your back page of your instructions. I learned about the lark's head knot or the cow hitch, and it's basically a knot that we're kind of looping together here to add to our dream catcher. And what I usually do is take our ruler, and I just kind of measure out the length of the ruler, and that way it's just, everything's about the same length. And I just fold it in half and take the loop end and I stick it through and wrap it around the bottom of my hoop. I take the loose end pieces, push it through the loop and pull through and down so it looks like that. And we can alternate the different colors so that it all kind of gets a little fancy. So again, you want to push it through and take your end pieces, push it through your little loop, wrap it around there. So it's getting a little bit like that. And to add a little bit of a feathery look, we have the eyelash yarn, and you would cut it the same way, and you would fold it the same way, and you would just stick it in the same area as the other yarn and loop it through the same way. So that it adds a little feathery look to it. And then your final piece would look more like this. So I hope you enjoy making a dream catcher with the Moore Park City Library, and we will talk to you again soon.